If I had to pick either furrier or trapper, I'd have to say both. So this is beaver. This is the animal that basically helped create Canada. I'm Katie Ball, a furrier and a trapper. Go puppies. The difference between a furrier and a trapper, the trapper is the one that goes out and harvests the wild pelts, stretches them and sends them to auction, where the furrier goes to the auction, buys the harvested dried pelts, has them tanned and created a finished product. I basically got started in this as a wee child. Ever since I could carry a trap, my father would take me out on the line, PA days as we used to call them, holidays, and I'd spend time trapping with him, just out in the bush, checking marten boxes, checking beaver traps, fox sets, just spending time with my father and out on the line. So when my mother was getting her fur coat made, I was able to actually watch some of the process of it being made by a lady here in town locally. So 27 of our red fox from our trap line that I was there helping harvest were turned into this absolutely stunning piece of work. I think is where it really started. My love of fashion, but my love of the outdoors was able to kind of coincide and see that something beautiful can be made from something of our life. I've always gone to the Northwestern Fur Trappers Association annual convention, something that we put on every year. Trappers from all over come out to, and companies come out from all over the place and you know, sell their wares and show different techniques in fur. So as I was checking out a fur booth, seeing the different shearing techniques and plucking techniques and dyeing techniques, a very good family friend, Becky Monk, reached over the table, grabbed me by the hand and said, "Have you ever considered working with fur?" Literally a year after she'd asked me it, she was putting on a fur course with the Wild Fur Shippers Council, teaching trappers the basics of sewing with fur. As she said, she created a fur monster. A lot of it was self-taught, a lot of it was trial and error. There really are no books out there teaching people how to. So this course was very important to give me the basics on where to start, but also my sewing past and just being able to combine different materials and different looks and different styles, I think has finally come to a culmination where I'm creating items that I'm not only proud of, but are fashionable, they're functional, and they have a little bit of a twist to them. There's your skunk. No two of these guys are alike with their markings. The fun thing with them is they have almost roosters in their white markings, so much longer. I'm one of the few that actually goes out, harvests pelts with my father and my better half out on the line. We do the fleshing, we do the boarding, the drying, and send to auction. But also I do select the pelts that perhaps wouldn't do as well at auction. I send those out to be tanned, and when they come back, I'm the one that creates the finished product. What I do is I can do blankets, I do pillows with the larger product pieces. Smaller fur pieces are different types of scarves, layered scarves, vests. And then if we start looking at the even smaller products, where I create jewelry pieces, a new product is now gnomes, knitted pom-pom hats. There's different ways to use fur, and again, I don't let anything go to waste. So this gives me the opportunity to be creative, but at the same time, recycling every bit of that animal that I used. And we reuse the meat, whether it be for trapping other animals, whether it be for feeding our families, or whether it be for feeding our pets even, or just returning it back to nature in a sense that other animals can benefit from our trapping. As for the ecological and ethical aspects of it, Canada has some of the highest regulations and traps used for trapping, period. So it's definitely the most ethical. And as for ecological, we use some of the greenest tanning processes around. This one here is wolf. Wolf can come in many different colors: browns, blacks, whites, silvers. I think this one really speaks to those who are outdoorsy, who really enjoy the outdoors. People tend to gravitate towards wolf.
Katie is probably one of the most humble people that you will ever meet. She accomplishes so much, and I don't want to say takes such little credit, but she never boasts about it. She's always, not only is she an entrepreneur and has made a true She's made her passion come to life through her work, but she's an advocate not only for the outdoors, but women in the outdoors and trapping, and really breaking the stereotypes of what it means to be a trapper and what it means to love fur. She's just always thinking about how she can better her industry, or how she can help other people get involved in what they love. And I think that comes through a lot in why she's so successful, because she just tries so hard to really be such a positive force that she can't help but get that back.
Most people can set these by hand at this point. I really can't. I really do enjoy being out in the bush. I really do enjoy seeing animal tracks, reading, how is that animal going to approach a certain trap, or do I set for this animal or that animal or this location? That's a lot of fun. It's a lot of learning experience, but to be honest, my absolute favorite, which is probably not everyone's favorite, but is sitting in the skinning room with my father. At the end of the year, we've got our harvest, we're doing our final flushing and boarding, and just reminiscing about all that time that we had spent together out in the bush at that moment in time.
I'm super proud of her, and she should be really proud of herself. She's really built from the ground up and really incorporated her personal heritage into something that she can share with everyone around her.
If I had to narrow it down to my favorite furs to work with, number one is beaver. Beaver is a very misunderstood fur. It's also what Canada was built on, North America was built on. It's a very important animal to our history and our heritage. But to be honest, my absolute favorite fur, if I had to narrow it down to one for me to wear, for me to work with, and just trapping in general, is the Fisher. So these two are Fisher. This is, again, my favorite fur to work with and to wear, just in general. It's a strange, larger critter that we don't normally get a lot of. It's, to me, it's highly coveted in the fact that they're all one of a kind. They have grizzly gray hairs, they have a different texture to them, and they're like land sharks. They're amazing hunters, they're amazing animals in general. So to be able to outsmart one and trap one, to me is a lot of fun. It's a lot of thought process, but to work with it is a stunning fur. And any finished product in Fisher always gets a head turn, every time. I absolutely love what I do, in the fact that I get to spend time with my family, I get to spend time out in nature, and I get to spend time creating family heirlooms that will last a lifetime. If I had to leave you with one bit of information or one bit of wisdom, so be it. It would be, get out there and follow your dreams, no matter what obstacles might be against you, no matter who tells you you can't, you can. If you believe you can, you can. And those that are meant to be with you will stick with you. And those are the people that you need in your life. That be your best family, your best friends. And yeah, get out there, follow your dreams. Because I know I did, and it's worked out, and it's amazing, and I can't give you any better piece of advice than follow your dreams.